Next meeting in the commentary box. Good evening, Ben.
Good evening. Let's see if we can deal with COVID internet attempt number 2.
Yes.
My electric is still not
maybe the internet's got COVID as well. Right, anyway, we've got 17. We have lost a driver from the original session. Missed Cabbage is not here. But we have Subs UK has been able to join. He was running late, but he is now back in the session. So it's good news for him, as he was going to lose out otherwise, unfortunately. And if any drivers do get on the stream, can you give me a weather forecast?
It's looking a lot sunnier than our previous qualifying.
He certainly is. Maybe Simon did it on purpose, just so we didn't have to drive in the wet conditions. He needs
I did see it still said weather was dynamic, so it could possibly be whatever, but we are definitely looking more warmer conditions here in Australia.
Yes, hopefully.
Box is getting rather warm. Might have to dig the fan out. Who's on track?
Woo! I'll be your fan. Anyway. Right. So.
I believe Lewis
old one's
is
always
the
the
first
best. Yes, indeed. Right. I did do it on the original stream, but let's try and do
Yeah, go for it.
an onboard lap with him, and hopefully I won't give him the commentator's curse as I did on the other racing point. So here we go. Here is Lewis now coming down the pit straight, building up to 190 miles an hour. DRS wide open, flick down to fifth gear, 110 miles an hour on the apex. Turn 2 is just an acceleration zone. Slowly wander to the left-hand side of the racetrack. Second DRS zone here, then brake down second gear, 60 miles an hour for turn 3. Then we've got turn 4, about 95 in fourth gear. Flick it over to the left, turn 5, absolutely flat as well. Easy acceleration zone these days. And through the trees towards turn 6, 99, 100 mile an hour through there. Through turn 7, turn 8, again absolutely flat. Bring it over to the left-hand side for the bumpy braking zone into turn 9 and 10. The chicane is 85 miles an hour on the apex. And then another acceleration zone all the way through this long left towards this very quick chicane, which has been catching people out. 165 through the first part, 160 in the second part. This is building up to 195 miles an hour. Third DRS zone on the track. Amazing how late you can brake there for turn 13. 95 on the apex. Turn 14, about 130 through the apex there. Bring it over to the right hand side. The slowest corner on the track. 50 miles an hour on the apex of turn 15. And turn 16 in qualifying mode. Certainly absolutely flat out as you come down across the line, and the first lap time is a 1:21.3. That's a very good first lap from Lewis.
That was a very good lap. I did notice on the start of his lap, though, he was already out of ERS as he was starting his lap, so he did his out lap with ERS on.
Oh!
So he could have gone quicker. Ooh, that is...
sorry.
Yeah.
Ty Wildy has spun. I actually think they've got some damage on here, but anyway, we'll see, because cars have hit Kai, but Kai crossed the line with 121.6 and then spun. He just caught the grass, I think, as he crossed the line. Oof. And he spun down the pit straight with the DRS open, but I do believe there is no damage on.
No, I can't see any damage on his car. He seems to be still going around with a full front wing.
Yeah, I definitely think they've forgotten to turn damage on, but
let's hope not, because obviously it's not how we want things. But I'm on board with Real Joker at the moment. Through the chicanes, still on a valid lap. It's looking like a nice lap at the moment.
Indeed. Yes, let's have a look. Real Joker in the Renault. He's coming up to the last couple of corners.
Very deep on brakes.
Yeah, a little bit wide on that one. as Real Joker goes across the line and he does a 25-2. Kai Wild is retired from the session. He feels he's done enough.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a look at a substitute case. Yeah, definitely say. JPL Bailey is...
Apparently. That's good to know. Sorry. Cut you off there, Matt.
That's right. No, that's fine. Right, so we have, as I said before, it's a 3-part qualifying session, so we're only going to lose the slowest 2 from this session. So, because we get the top 15 that go through to Q2, so 17 in the session, so we only lose 2 of them. So it takes a bit of pressure. Oh, and JPL Bailey had his lap disallowed right at the last second, on the second to last corner, so unlucky for him. Substitute Case had his second lap disallowed. So let's see, 23rd Nebulous on the lap, so is Steve.
That's who I'm on board with at the moment. Has a bit of traffic of Renault in front of him, but he's still going, still on a valid lap. And Renault's moved up the way quite nicely.
Oh, and Jack Thompson, I think, has crashed on the entrance to the pit lane.
Hit the pit wall. Ooh. He did a cookie.
Well, he does that. And Lewis is retired as well, but he's done a 21-3. Yes, Jack Thompson in the pit wall. So he is out of the session. He has set a lap time.
I'm on board still with the 20. How do you say that? 23rd Nebula?
23rd Nebula.
Yeah, that's it, 23rd Nebula. Yeah, the car has this pit, but the wing was still actually sat there in the pit lane. So, yeah, he definitely hit that pit wall, and there he goes 4th with 122.6.
Maglock goes second. Good lap from him in the Ferrari. 121.
Beautiful lap.
2. And Kyle Maybon, quickest, again in the 1 minute 20s immediately. So, Steve Harris is. Jesus! Wow! Wow! Steve, avoid that.
Probably just clenched a little bit there. That was a bit close.
Just a tad. Wow. 122.7. But yes, he was looking very quick in the when we tried to do qualifying before. So he could be a dark horse to keep an eye on there, Steve. Order at the moment: Kyle Maybon quickest, Maglox is second, Lewis is third, Kai Wildy fourth, 23rd Nebula in fifth, Vital Oxygen in sixth, Steve is seventh, Ross is eighth, and Real Joker is in ninth. They're the only cars to set a lap time. Subs UK is coming through the last couple of corners, and it looks like he's going to get a lap time on the board this time after his first 2 attempts were disallowed. Let's have a look. He goes across the line, and he goes 10th quickest, 126.0.
I think there's a lot more in the tank there from him. Like you say, he's been unlucky getting those invalidated laps, but he was very low on fuel, low on ERS. I think he probably should have just boxed for a fresh set and on again. He's not very safe there with that 26 at the moment.
No, definitely not. Oh, and there's a bit of traffic here for Aqua Ninjas.
That was Jack.
Got badly, I think that was subs.
It was.
Yeah, I think that was subs. So, a little bit of traffic for him. He's another one I'd say keep an eye on. He's looked very quick in some of the pre-season testing.
On board with.
So let's see how he gets.
He's just started his P18 company in Williams.
Yeah, let's see how he can get on. And
got quite a track in front of him. Yeah, and Aqua Ninja as well.
Yeah, he's got quite. Now he's got rid of that McLaren. He's got a little bit of space in front of him. The other McLaren of Jack 9 is just about to start his lap in front of him, but he's far enough ahead. JDM Culture's gone 5th, also into the 1 minute 29s. Let's see what Aqua Ninjas can do as he comes through the last corner and across the line, and he goes 10th on a 23.7. So I think that McLaren really did cost him quite a lot of lap time.
Ross just puts himself P9 in the other Williams with 122.9. Also got Ross saying on the stream, but that's the 5th place. I'm assuming he's on about the crazy car diving across the track in front of Steve, possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
Here we go. Wait, I've got it's going to cross the line now. With 1:22.4 puts him in 7th. So that knocks
A good lap.
a few more people down. But
And I think we have a roundabout in the lobby as well. Economic berries. That could be interesting.
yeah, I have seen a few people actually join and left the session. Actually, so I'm not sure if we have a randomer in tow with us or not.
Oh, and there's a Alpha Tower. Yeah, and Aqua Ninjas has crashed.
Oh no.
Aqua Ninjas has crashed. I'm just going to see. It's at the exit of turn 12.
Good lap from Jack 9. 1:21.9 puts himself in 5th.
That's a very good lap in the McLaren. And yes, Aqua Ninjas did crash. Coming out
He
of-
crash.
Coming out of turn 12 again.
Because obviously I was on board with Jack and there was a car going down the home straight very slowly and then all of a sudden sort of just vanished. Nowhere to be seen. Maybe it got abducted.
Maybe. Alien abductions do happen. And so here is who I think is the roundabout, Economic Berry.
Oh, yeah,
let's see
currently
where he-
P16.
Yeah, hasn't done a lap timer yet, but let's see what he can do.
The magic random up on his debut.
I know. It'll be amazing if he goes and wins the race now or something.
Seems
Really, but,
so far seems to be fair, moving out of everybody's way on his nice
Yeah.
lap, so that's what we'd like to see.
I'll try and find out if anyone knows who he is.
Oh, of course, yes, because our official drivers won't particularly be very happy if they get beaten by the randomer.
No, he was supposed to be Bodley Wand driving, and no, he's left the session.
Oh,
Don't know
and left his car on.
Don't know if he's been removed or.
I'm not sure if you can remove drivers during the session. Can you? I think you can only do it from the main lobby.
I'm not sure, to be honest. But anyway, we'll soon find out. Real Joker has gone out again on the same set of soft tyres.
He was asked to leave, apparently. Yeah, he's on the same. So I'm asked to try and go quicker.
Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting one for him, because that's when you really put in a quick lap around here, it really does burn the tyres up. It's so many corners. It really does burn the tyres up, so it's very difficult once you've done one hot lap on them. But he has gone slightly quicker in the first sector. But of course, this session as well, as we said, with it being a 3-part qualifying session, it's just really about getting through. We've already had 2 drivers crash out, so as long as he kind of does a fairly representative lap time, he's going to be through to the next session anyway. So not a bad idea, and he is going a little bit quicker.
Yes. Back to obviously our randomer. I'm hoping Codemasters realises that he's no longer in the game and removes the car from the grid by the time we get to the race, because otherwise that's going to be a car in AI going around for a whole entire race.
Probably not. You know what Codemasters is like, but oh well, let's see.
Oh god, yes. I've had it where I'm doing the same as what I'm doing with you. I was spectating and commentating on the race as the second commentator. Load it all up and in spectating mode. It was at Monaco and it spat me at the back of the grid in a Mercedes. I was like, what? What was wrong? I'm meant to be spectating, not racing. Around Monaco. Oh no. But
So here
we
is-
lose.
Yeah, Drabby's coming through, I think, now to complete his first lap, and he does a 1:21.7. I got to say as well, I mean, as I said, it's a brand new league, all new drivers. The lap time, some of them produce it, and look how close it is between 2nd and 7th. There's less than 3/4 of a second. It's very, very close in that pack. And I mean, there's a bit of a gap between 12th and 13th. There's over 2-second gap in there, but I can't help thinking that Real Joker Subs UK and maybe JPL might be able to get in that gap somewhere. But even so, 2 seconds roughly covering the top 12. I mean, that is competitive driving by everyone. It's great to see. Brand new league, as I said.
Subs UK needs to set that time, but he just threw it into turn 1 really early. Luckily realised and did sort of correct. So, but he would have lost a lot of time there, not looking particularly too comfortable around this track. Maybe not one of his favourites. Maybe he couldn't get the car set up right, but all he's got to do is just beat a 1:23.9 and he will be through.
Yeah, and a lot of drivers don't like this racetrack. It's a tough one to get right.
Yeah, I quite like this racetrack. It's frustrating. Because if you get it wrong, it's a nightmare. But I do quite enjoy this track. Like Thatcher Cane, when you get that right, it's such a nice feeling.
Yeah, I think the thing is around here is the walls are so close. It's not one of these modern tracks with the miles and miles of tarmac runoff area. You've got gravel or a wall.
Yes.
So it's so easy. One mistake, as we've seen with turn 12 already, one mistake into coming out of turn 12, you've got a wall on the other side of the track to meet you, and that's why we see a lot of retirements around here. I mean, I remember the first ever race I did for TOTD around here. We had 5 finishes out of a 20-car grid, so it's very easy. He's through at the moment, so it's just real Joker. He may have to throw another set of soft tyres at this.
We've also got Bailey out on track as well, but the problem is he's on 3-lap old softs and he's invalidated. That's how I go on board with him. So I'm guessing he's.
Oh, it's your
gonna go again.
Coming through again.
It always does. I'm really sorry, balls. No.
We've got less than a minute to go, so he's going to have one shot at this to get a lap time in.
With no ERS though, that is his problem. 13% to do a whole lap. It's a big ask.
Yeah, I mean, looking at some of the pace he's shown, if he beats a 125.1, she will be okay. And look, if I remember rightly, some of the pace he's had in the track test to join the league, he has shown some pretty good pace. So he should be able to do it. He will and he's had disallowed this lap. So no, he will be out of qualifying. So there we have first qualifying session done. Kyle Maybon looks very, very quick out front at 120.8. Maglock second at 121.2. Lewis in third. Kai Wildy fourth. Drabby fifth in the Mercedes. Jack 9 in 6th position. So 6 different constructors in the top 6. JDM Culture is 7th. 23rd Nebula for Red Bull is 8th. White African is 9th in the Williams. 10th for Vital Oxygen. Steve Harris 11th. Ross 12th. Subs UK in 13th. I'm not sure how Covasters is going to play this, because Aqua Ninjas and Jack Thompson both set lap times that were enough to get through. So I think those two will go through, but they won't take part in the next part of qualifying.
Yeah, I
so
think
they will be 14th and 15th on the grid.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. So that is their starting positions.
Yes, and then we have Real Joker, and then this man in the Haas, Bailey, did set a lap time. So there we have for Q1, and now we're going to go straight into Q2 in a couple of seconds. 2 seconds, mate, and I will be back.
Okie dokie. It's definitely a close grid. P8 to P13. New runner so far. Kyle in a 128. 120.8, sorry. Everybody else in the 121s. Track evolution is only going to evolve, so we should see some slightly quicker lap times appearing on our boards. Bailey was unlucky to set a lap time there, but it gives him any race strategy for the race. That's good to see. We're only going to lose 3 people from the next round of qualifying, so all to play for, boys. Somebody press A. Come on.
Hello, yes, I'm back, sorry.
Hello. I'm still waiting for the next lobbies. 20.4, eh, Carl?
Yeah, don't worry, he's copied. It's 20.8, mate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think that's his predictions
Oh, right, okay.
for the next part of qualifying.
And I'm not sure why it's crashed. Don't tell me it's crashed.
Sure, like I still do things. I can press things on the screen, but I've got no timer countdowns. If anybody else is racing, please let us know.
Yes.
Waiting on 2 drivers. Ah, okay.
It's alright, Kyle. It's fine, don't worry. And Kyle, I will just say, how's your hangover today after yesterday? Oh yeah, we had some races yesterday, and let's just say he was a little worse for wear.
Yeah, they're always the good events. I did it once before.
Here we go. I think it might be. I think it might be JTM. I think he has had some connection issues, so that might be why we were struggling. Because you know what it's like. It takes about half an hour to load in. Sometimes it's only one person that. Oh, that's why it does it. Right. So yes. So Aqua Ninjas and Jack Thompson will be starting 14th and 15th on the grid. So we now only have 13 in for Q2, so we're only going to lose the bottom 3. And we quite often see a change of strategies here, don't we? Because whatever tyres the top 10 set their fastest lap on here in this session, for those of you that don't know, is those are the tyres they'll start the race on. And you can see already Kai Wildy and Steve Harris are going for the medium tyres, and a few others are as well.
There's a few that swapped straight away. Steve was the first to make that switch. I think he was like, no, I'm going to attempt the medium. See, we still actually haven't had a weather report, but I'm going to assume that obviously the likes of Kyle and Steve going out on the mediums, we are going to be looking at a dry start race, because you wouldn't go out on the mediums if you're going to start on a wet tyre. So it's going to be interesting. Just going for some people to come out on tracks. Got on Mercedes, but I can't see it because I'm looking at a fence. Good old Codemaster cameras.
Yep.
There we go. Ah.
Yep. Yeah, I love the start line, the race start camera positioning. Sometimes.
That was the one.
Yes, I want to see the back of the grid at the start of the race, don't I? But anyway,
I've had it before where like I've watched my highlight reel back, and the whole highlight reel is just stuck on like the start line camera, following my car around for like lap after lap, and it's like, okay, yeah, right, great. Ooh,
right.
Damn, we're talking about getting close to the walls. That was so close to the wall, I can actually hear the tyre scrape as he's skimming past it. That's being brave. Dabby in P10 at the moment in the Mercedes.
Ah, right, yeah.
Car number 43.
Yeah. He's one of those, isn't he? You've got to get close to that wall.
Close, that was...
Give you the widest possible. But if you go that little bit too close, you end up losing a lot of time. He just kicked up a bit of grass on the way into turn 16 as well. So, well, let's see what he can do. There's a car coming out on the track in front of him. I think it's Lewis in the Racing Point. Just come out on track in front of him. So,
well, hopefully he's kind and moves out of the way. But I believe.
I hope so. And there's a Racing Point off. There's a Racing Point off. I think that's Kai has gone off.
Racing Point?
Oh, Alpha Tauri, sorry.
Ooh. it's a couple seconds one, but he almost spinned into the wall. Lewis is not helping him here. Maybe on the straights, but he's eventually moved out the way, but a little bit too late. Still though.
Well, that's the thing round here, isn't it? A bit of traffic. With it being such a twisty track, bit of traffic, dirty air, it can completely ruin your lap time.
It's not too bad through sector 2, because obviously you get a lovely little bit of tow through there, but you catch anybody through 1 and 3, the dirty air sort of takes a little bit of play, but I don't mind somebody sort of slightly being in the way through sector 2, as long as it's not hanging on the chicane.
Yes, and we were saying about everyone going to the medium tyres. Everyone except 3 drivers are on the mediums at the moment. So JDM at the moment is the only person out on track on the softs. That's not a bad lap time on the mediums, 1:22.5.
It's quite impressive.
Not a bad, that's not a bad lap time. Let's see who else is getting close toward the end of the lap.
I believe it'll be one of the Ferraris.
Yeah, Vital Oxygen and Maglox is on his out lap. So you never know, they could work together here, the 2 Ferrari drivers. Maybe now that Vital Oxygen's just ahead, it could give him a bit of a tow.
Yeah, I'm going to say on board with Maglox, like you say, so he's on the out lap. He's banging for a tow down straight if the teammate gives it to him.
Yeah, definitely. Both Ferraris looking pretty quick at the moment. 24.0. And Kai Wildy, I think, is just coming across the line now. What does he do? He goes second at 22.7. Don't forget, top 10 go through into Q3, the top 10. And they all get an extra set of soft tyres as well. Lewis has had his lap disallowed, so he's not going to do it. Let's see what JDM's doing. Because as I said, he's the only one at the moment. And now White African's gone out on the soft tyres as well.
Maybe they're feeling like they definitely want to go through to Q3. Meanwhile, Maglox, sector 1, taking this tow from his teammate. Absolutely beautiful. They are leaving just the right amount of gap. This is almost the perfect example of how to beat team players if this is intentional. Possibly back off a little bit,
I think those 2 are getting on very well.
Less, but there's still enough there.
I think those 2 are getting on very well as well. 2 French drivers.
2 French drivers?
Yes, they're both French. We put them in. They're in the same team. Oh, JDM's had his lap disallowed. But yeah, they're in the same team. So I think they're going to help each other out. And from what I gather, they're getting...
Oh no,
Oxygen. He
almost killed his teammate. Jeez, that was so close. He went off on the second to last turn, and as he come back on, Maglox really had to take some effective action to
but he still set past his lap.
And still set the fastest. And still. But I'm glad you've said that, actually, because my wanting to do the weekend with a team idea, that's perfect, because I have a current housemate who is also French, so I can do that in English and French. That would be good.
What's
I like
French
that.
like?
My French is terrible, but I live with a Frenchman, and his French is obviously perfect because he's French. But it's quite good. I hope so. Learned that obviously when I was in school, I always thought that bonjour was hello, but it's not. It's actually just good morning. So our schools teach us French 1. Good one.
If I remember correctly, isn't it bonjour is good morning and bonsoir is good evening, I believe.
If I remember. Yeah.
From what I remember from my French lessons, which is going back quite a long way, when I had French lessons. But can't remember if you're older or younger than me, Ben, but it was a long time ago I had French lessons.
Yeah, same for me. JDM, come around. We don't want to turn now. On the softs, where is it going to stick in with all of these medium runners? Anyone set them on softs? Got some P2, 1:21.8.
And we see this a lot, don't we? Drivers that maybe might not be expected to get into Q3, they put on a set of soft tyres compared to the others on the mediums. It does get them higher up the grid. I mean, if you're higher up the grid, just being the nature of, again, a street track like this, and start of races, you can get involved in quite a lot of incidents if you're in the mid-pack. If you're higher up the field, you've got less chance of getting involved because there's less drivers around you. So it's quite a good tactic sometimes. Just maybe just slightly compromises their race strategy.
Most definitely. I had a teammate in other races before where he used to do exactly that. Knew he didn't have the pace for Q3 when they were all out on the mediums, and he'd go out on a set of softs and completely disturb the pack. So everybody would mix their strategy up, and it made the races a lot more fun, not just because you've screwed everybody's strategy up, but it just makes the race a bit more interesting.
Yes.
Subs.
And that's the thing as well. It's like we've said when we've been setting up this league. Ultimate pace doesn't really matter. If you're a good clean racer, you can still get some very good results out from your car. Just keep it out of trouble, and you can still get some good results. We saw last week, didn't we, in the practice race, Jesus Wenger with Ross. He was very, very quick in qualifying, but made a mistake in the race and ended up retiring from the race. So it's very easy done.
Yeah, very easy. Ross has just cleared the McLaren, so he's just about to start a hot lap on the mediums.
Yeah, order at the moment, as Lewis is just about to complete his first lap, but it's Kyle Maybon quickest from JDM, Jack 9 third, Maglox is 4th, Drabby is 5th in the Mercedes, and we've got Kai Wildy, Steve Harris, 23rd Nebula, Vital Oxygen and Subs UK are the only drivers to set lap times at the moment. But here comes Lewis, and he goes up to 4th, so that drops Subs UK out at the moment. White African is just about to start his flying lap. He's gone for another set of soft tyres. He went out on a set of softs, had his first lap time disallowed, and he's gone back out on another set of softs. So that's clearly the strategy he wants around here. 50% race, so 29 laps.
Meanwhile, Ross on his out lap, purple P1. There could be personal best maybe because he hasn't actually set a lap time yet, but he's still valid. Protocol Kane. Purple P2. It's looking like a nice lap time.
Certainly is. And as well, the other thing with this league as well, in case anyone missed the practice last week, anybody who finishes will score points. We've got a specialised point system in place, so anybody who finishes the race will score points. You get a point, an extra point as well if you don't get any penalties in the race as well, and a point for fastest lap wherever you finish. If you set fastest lap, you do get that extra point, so a lot to play for. Even if you are outside the top 10, you can still get the odd point or two extra on there. And finishing lower down the field like that, you can get a lot of I've been involved in these as well, where you're not only the top 10 score points, and then you kind of lose a bit of motivation if you have a bad start to the race and you end up miles down, so there's nothing to drive for. But everybody scores points here, so
Ross
should be good. White African White African's gone 7th on the other set of soft tyres.
That's what it was, because Ross put himself into P9, and then obviously White African set his lap time and knocked him down into P10. But I think Ross is going again for a second hot lap, like one straight after another. So
he's 2 seconds down in the middle sector, so
I
think he's going to have to balance. So a lot of drivers now are going to have to go onto the softs. So Steve Harris, Kai Wildy have fitted a set of softs just in case. So has Drab and Maglock. And I think Ross is going to have to do the same. 3.5 minutes to go in this session. Because 23rd Nebula 11th and Vital Oxygen 12th. Vital Oxygen's gone out on track on a brand new set of soft tyres. And the soft tyres here, they're worth about a second, aren't they? I think, if I remember correctly, it's about a second quicker. He's had this lap disallowed. Ran wide in turn 1. Yeah, ran very wide in turn 1.
He's got an out lap. White African.
So I think he's going to be quite happy to be into Q2, I've got to say. I think he'll be very happy. So yeah, got to be a quick turnaround now for Ross. He's got to get a set of softs on and get back out. Less than 3 minutes to go in this session. Kai Wildy and Steve Harris have both gone out as well on soft tyres. And Subs UK. So Vital Oxygen's had his lap disallowed. So very little activity at the moment on track. but we're building up now to the last couple of minutes.
Subs is on his outlap. He's invalidated that. So I hope he doesn't catch the next couple, because that will invalidate his next hot lap. So he just needs to keep a cool head around this last section on the softs.
Yeah, but again, look
Squeeze
at how
down the straight.
competitive the lap times are. About 6 tenths of a second, 6.5 tenths covering 3rd to 10th. It's very, very close.
Yeah, I was.
And that's great to see.
Mentioning that in the break between Q1 and Q2 that these are some competitive times, and it's going to be tight squeeze to see where everybody fits in at the end of qualifying.
Well, indeed. So Subs UK on his lap now. Both Ferraris out together on racetrack as well.
In front of him, moves out the way, lovely.
Nicely, yeah, very, very nice. So let's see
Interesting.
what Subs
Nice.
can do. Yeah, Vital Oxygen's on a pretty good lap as well in the Ferrari. Hopefully the Mercedes will get out of his way, and it does.
Yeah,
So that Mercedes, which
again.
is Drab, I think, in the Mercedes, doing a lovely job of getting out of the way.
Subs almost invalidated in his lap at the chicane. It was very brave across the top of it.
Yeah. And Vital Oxygen at the moment is a second up in the middle sector. That will be enough to get him into the top 10.
I don't know if Subs
And I think in the final sector with the soft tyres, you'll find even more with so many braking and traction zones. He'll probably find quite a lot more. A little bit wide in turn 15. But let's see what he can do as he comes across the line. 1:24.0 before on the mediums. This time he does a 1:22.1 and up to 3rd place. So that knocked Ross out, who's just started his lap.
Yeah, Subs, he improves, but it didn't improve enough on his time to gain any positions.
Yeah, so Steve and Kai are on laps as well. Steve is improving by about a 1/3 of a second. Here comes Kai as he comes across the line. He's 9th at the moment. Where does this put him?
Wow.
Goes fastest, 21.0. So good lap time from him. Steve Harris wide in the last corner. That might have cost him. Yes, he's backed out of it. He has backed out of it altogether, and that'll be it for Steve. So he's 10th at the moment. It's all down on the others as to whether or not they can improve. Ross less than a 10th slower than him, and he's a quarter of a second
improved
up
on
at
his
the moment.
time. He's got traffic though. Well done. Subs out of the way, but don't know if he caused any problems here for Ross.
Yeah, and I think Maglox and Drabby, I think, are both safe. They're both. Oh, and Maglox had his lap disallowed. I was just going to say, I wonder if these drivers will actually finish their lap, because they're pretty much guaranteed. Well, they are guaranteed to be through because Subs UK is not on a lap, so they might decide to abandon their laps and start on those medium tyres. Ross doesn't improve.
It was 0.64. It was just outside. That was unlucky. Free tyre
I think
choice.
Drab has backed out of his lap, I think. No, he has kept going. But yeah, he's completely backed out the lap.
Yeah, completely.
He's not going to improve. He doesn't need to. And he, as you said, he's going to start on those medium tyres. So there we have it. End of Q2. Kai Wildy quickest. He will be starting on those soft tyres, however. Kyle Maybon second. JDM Culture, Vital Oxygen, they're both going to start on the softs as well. They are 3rd and 4th in this session. Jack 9 in 5th. Lewis in 6th. Maglox in 7th. But he will also start on the soft tyres. So will Drabby. White African in 9th will start on the mediums. Softs, sorry. And Steve Harris will start on the softs as well in 10th. That is the top 10. Into the top 10 shootout. Ross will start 11th. 23rd Nebula will start 12th. And Subs UK will start in 13th. Actually, Steve Harris will start on the medium tyres. I thought he had improved, but he hadn't. So he will also start on those medium tyres as well. So we're going to head into Q3 now. We will also, once we get pole position, man, as long as they have a microphone, we will interview whoever sits on pole position as well before the start of the race.
Yes. Nice.
as well. I know a few drivers don't have a microphone, so I hope whoever gets pole has a microphone, but we'll be able to chat to them. If not, we'll try and get someone who qualified high up the grid.
Starting lineup at the moment, the way their sides are, is going to be very interesting. There's a good mix
definitely.
Of mediums to softs. See, everyone's going to go softs now, minimum fuel, I hope. But yeah, that's definitely going to make the race interesting.
It will, and they get given another set of soft tyres as well for making it into Q3.
Yes, they do.
So anyone who did have to use the extra set of softs to get into Q3, they have got another set back now. So Q3, 12 minutes, we lose another 3 minutes off the time, and this will be as quick as the drivers can go in this session. Let's see if I can get one of the drivers who got knocked out in Q2 in. Let's see if Simon will come in for a quick chat.
Yeah.
23rd Nebula.
I'm wondering if we're going to see a 119, because some of those 120s were like 120 zeros, so very close. Like evolution, maybe.
Maybe, hopefully. And we have been joined by 23rd Nebula. If you can just make sure your audio's included, please, mate, just so that everyone can hear you on the stream.
Hello.
Hello. So, P11 on the grid. Are you happy with that result? And what's your hopes going forward into the race?
I am not happy with that. I was 2 seconds short of setting a faster lap time on a new set of boots. And I'm really annoyed.
But you have got free tyre choice for the race. Do you think that'll be a slight advantage for you?
Depends what tyre I choose. I haven't decided yet.
Excellent. And what's your hopes for the race? Are you aiming for like a top 5, top 10 place, or are you just hoping just to finish this first race of the season?
Well, to be fair, I'm hoping I just finish, but I'm looking for a top 8. Top 8, I'll be happy with.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, good luck, mate. I'll let you go back now, and hopefully talk to you later on.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. And Chris A on the Twitch. Great stream, guys. Thank you. Great to have you watching this evening as well. So we're in now for the Q3. And who's going to be the first one across the line? It's going to be Lewis.
It is Lewis.
In the racing points.
I said on board with him for his outlap. He just took it nice and gradual and is now giving it full beams.
Yes, and Drabby's also started his lap, and so has Steve Harris. So they're the first 3 to start their qualifying laps in Q3. Oh, it's Subs UK. Hello, Chris. I didn't realise that was you. Great to have you watching, mate. Unlucky for qualifying, but I hope you have a better race. But maybe in the chat, Chris, what's your hopes for the race? Are you hoping just to finish, or have you got a set position in mind? What do you think? How do you think your race is going to go? But let's have a look, Lewis. And he's disallowed the lap.
He threw that in there straight across the curb. Got so close to the wall as well.
And Drabby's had his lap disallowed
as
well.
No, I can't think. I think the next one is
Steve Harris. He's had his lap disallowed.
Oh, come on, guys, come on.
So, let's have that. I think the next one is actually Maglocks.
It is.
No, it's not Maglocks, it's Vital Oxygen.
Oh.
It's Vital Oxygen.
Okay, you go with I'll stay with Maglocks.
And this is the thing, under pressure in Q3, we could end up with quite an unusual grid, because, I mean, we've seen the drivers who've looked particularly quick, but if they make mistakes like that in qualifying, who knows what's going to happen. We could end up with a very unusual grid. But here comes Vital Oxygen now through the last couple of corners. And let's see what he can do as he goes across the line. And he does a 1:21.8. That's not a bad lap time. I think his teammate will be looking to beat that. Maglocks has been looking very quick through this session. There's a Renault going through as well, which is Kyle Maybon. Kyle Maybon is 1:20.3. Good lap time. Here comes Maglocks. 1:20.7.
Well, just come out of the pits. Didn't get in the way though. He'd already completely backed off. So.
Yes. So I think So, and Lewis has had his second lap disallowed.
White Africa is on a hot lap at the moment and it's still valid. Yeah.
So it's Renault, Ferrari at the moment. We've got Jack 9 on a lap as well in the McLaren. Just started his lap, and the next one to come through, as long as he doesn't get this lap disallowed, is Steve Harris.
White Africa.
Berry 31st would love to be racing with you all. Yes, mate, what we'll do, I did see your message on Discord. What will happen, mate, is we will get in touch with you in the next couple of days. We'll arrange a track test with you, and then we'll get you hopefully in for next week. But yes, we will arrange that with you in the next couple of days. Steve Harris has gone 4th, 22.5. But yeah, that is what's going to happen, Berry. But great to have you watching tonight. Just give you an idea of the league and what's going on. Jack Nine's had his lap disallowed as well.
Yeah, so did what happened.
So
but he bailed into the pits for fresh set.
And so a lot of drivers making mistakes here. They're clearly pushing very hard, but it goes to show just how competitive it is. Drivers having to push as hard as they can to set a lap time. Let's see what Kai Wildy can do now. He is on his first flying lap here in Q3. Chris Subs UK, a lot of people are on wheels compared to him using a controller. Well, I think there's a mix, mate, if I'm honest. I think there's some on wheels, I think there is some on controllers.
It's quite tricky.
I think Kai's on a... Yeah, I think Kai's on a controller. I do quite a lot of racing with Kai. I think he's on a controller. But it's all about practice. That's the thing. It's practice, and also as well what I found as well from a league that I do on a Sunday. It's all about car setup as well. If you get your setup right, that will help you enormously. Just getting that little bit of confidence once you get your setup right, and that's what it can be all about sometimes. If you get a bad setup, it just sets you up badly for the whole weekend. So let's see what Kai can do, and thank you, Berry. Guys sound awesome, great commentary. And Kyle, yes, all right, 20.3, yes, all right, very good. Let's see what Kai does as he goes across the line, and he goes third quickest. It's 1:21.6. So you've got to say at the moment, Ben, Kyle and Maglock look like the two cars to beat at the moment, don't they?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And the other person that I think is gonna, I don't know, say friend them possibly, just because you might have a bit more time left.
Yeah, but like we saw last week with the practice race, you can be very quick. It's just all about can you keep it on the road in the race. And Kyle and Maglox have shown some good speed. Maglox was very good last week. I think it was Maglox who won last week, wasn't it? I believe
it was.
Yeah, so he's obviously shown he's got some good race pace as well and control in the race. But let's see what happens with Kyle Maybon in the Renault. And he's been drafted into that Renault seat quite late as well as Kyle. We had someone pull out earlier in the week.
We've got JDM Culture coming around the penultimate turn now, ready to start a hot lap. It does have an AlphaTauri Kyle behind him, but I think Kyle's not boxed in, has carried on going round. Kyle is improving.
Is he improving his lap time? I think he is. Yes, 1:21.0. He goes.
Yes.
He remains third, but finds a lot of time. So Kai's put himself in that mix now as well of the race. Chris, how long was the break from Q3 to the race? It'll be about 5 minutes, mate. Something like that. It's not going to be long. We'll have enough time to. Yeah. To do what you need to do. You can do a lot in 5 minutes, can't you, Ben?
Well. Oh, JDM, it's purple, second one. I think that's personal best, though. He hasn't got a bit.
I know, it really confuses me when it does that. When it gives you, looks like a purple sector one, and actually they're not.
Yeah, it's not the session, it's his.
Yeah, it's just confusing when it does that.
Again, please don't hop the second one. Oh, beautiful. DRS.
Oh, just about kept it in the lines.
I love ice chicane. Absolutely love it. Until you see the wall and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he's one of those corners. If you get it right, it's like you said earlier, it's a yeehaw moment if you get it right, but if you get it wrong.
Turn still valid. Stays away from the curb. Nice exit. Down the home straight.
Let's see what JDM. Let's see what he can do.
21
He
something.
moves up into 4th. Both Ferraris heading out together again as well, so they're going to help each other out by the looks of it. Lewis is just starting his lap. Drabby's on a lap as well. White Africans will wait for him to head back out on track. Likewise, Jack 9 in the McLaren. So Kyle Maybon still quickest. Maglock 2nd. Kai Wildy in 3rd place. JDM Culture 4th. Vital Oxygen 5th. And Steve Harris in 6th position. Jack 9 needs to leave the pits now, or else he's not going to get a lap in.
Have the whole grid leaving the pits and trying to have one last attempt.
I don't think Jack 9's going to do it though. He's still in the pit lane, and I don't think he's going to get a lap time.
Kyle might have left it a little bit too late as well. But I'm currently on board with Dabby in P9 in the Mercedes, still on a bad time.
Yeah, let's see what he can do. His teammate, teammate 121.6. That's always your first target. Is your teammate. Let's see what he can do. Kai Wildy's retired from the session.
Wow.
And he goes second to 120.7. So there's a few drivers start to throw their names into the mix here for potentially being right up there. Here comes Lewis as well in the racing points. Can he get himself into the 1 minute 20s? Not quite, or 21.3. He goes 5th fastest.
Maglock.
So JDM Culture's pitting.
Starting his lap with Oxygen.
Both Ferraris very close.
Right behind him. I'm hoping. Oof, and look, Jesus Christ. That even made me jump. I was looking as Maglock shoots past Lewis, like inches between them. That made me jump a little bit. But yeah.
Steve Harris goes up to 6th, 21.5. He lost a little bit of time on the way into the last corner. Just kicked up a little bit of grass. That would have just affected his acceleration. But yeah, I think he'll be very, very happy with that. White African on a lap as well. So Jack 9 is going to start at least 9. Yes. Can he get himself up there? Kyle Maybon did make it round just in time.
He did. Ooh, that must have been seconds to spare.
Yes, Drabby entering the pit, so he's not going to complete his lap. So we're looking out to Ferraris.
Maglock's time is
let's see what they
very impressive. He's made a couple of tiny mistakes, but I don't think it's going to affect his time much. I think this is more about the toe for Oxygen. But I think maybe he's still going to improve. No, he's not.
Kyle Maybon is unlucky. Kyle Maybon's a fraction down in the middle sector on his previous best. And I don't think Steve is on a lap again. I don't know. He's certainly pushing it into the last corner.
I think he is.
He might be just improving, yeah. Let's see, 121.5 he did before. Can he improve on that? It's going to be close. Not quite. A fraction off. White African does a 22.1 to go into 9th place. And that's it. That's the end of qualifying. Kyle Maybon with the first pole position of the season, of the league. Drabby in 2nd position. It's a Renault from a Mercedes. Maglock's in 3rd position. 4th for Kyle Wildy. And I've just lost the order on screen.
Oh, no, mine's
That's really annoying when it does that. Just going through the qualifying order in it. So there we go. Lewis in 5th. Steve Harris in 6th for Alfa Romeo. So that's 6 different constructors in the top 6. Vital Oxygen in 7th. JDM in 8th in the 2nd Mercedes. White African in 9th. And Jack 9 didn't get a lap time set in qualifying 3, but he will line up in 10th on the grid. So let's see if we can get... Oh God, I'm dreading this one. Right, Kyle Maybon in for an interview for the first pole position of the season.
almost half a second as well.
Yeah, very, very impressive. So Kyle, just make sure your audio is included, mate. Just to excellent. So for pole position, you must be happy with that result.
I can't swear. I've done amazing.
No.
I'm trying my best. I've done amazing. Doing very, very well. I put myself very much coming out the death curve. I almost lost it. I was trying to keep it flat and I went, oh.
And what's your hopes for the race? Are you heading straight for the race victory?
You can only hope, can't you? Yeah, I'm definitely aiming for at least a podium. That's the goal. Especially with being forced into everyone else. I think I'm in a pretty good position.
Yeah, that was
and who do you think's
a
gonna?
hell of a gap to have.
Yeah, definitely. And who do you think's going to be your main competitors in the race? I mean, you've got Matt near you, you've got Kai near you.
And was it Kai that got second, or was it Drappen? I think Drappen.
Drabby, the Mercedes, yeah.
And Magel were pretty quick when they were. Anyone else get under a 21 apart from them two?
No, just those two.
Yeah, I think those two will be very competitive.
Kai did a 21.0 in fourth.
1-0, yeah, I saw that. I think driver of the day is going to end up onto Ross, as he's going to take P3 going into turn 1 is I think his strategy.
Well, you've got 7 seconds before race starts.
Oh God!
So
Right, I'll let you go, Kyle.
Where was the break?
I'll let you go.
Oh God!
Here we go. So we have formation lap on.
Right, hold on.
So here at Albert Park.
I'll see you later, boys.
See you later, mate. I hope you talk to you later on. So yeah.
George.
Better invite me to the party real quick.
And Maglox hasn't moved off the grid.
Has he not?
No, I think obviously we have had some ready up early, and there's a lot of disqualifications. People not moving at all.
Oh, I didn't get you to strategy because I was on with you guys.
That's it. Blame the commentators.
Yeah.
That's
I will
it.
blame the
I see how it is.
commentators.
But I'll let you go, Carl. Anyway, I'll let.
Yeah. There you go. I'll see you boys. I'll talk about him.
See you later. Right. So. Yeah, someone's readied up early, but it's fine. But it's fine. I think they will probably get. I can't remember exactly what the penalties are for that, but I think it's either a poly ban or a race ban. But interestingly, there Ross in 11th position on the grid. He's starting on the hard tyres, so he's going to try and go deep into this race. There you see the predicted pit stop strategies. Those who started on the mediums, they can go for a 1 stop, or they can go for a very short middle stint 2 stop. But you would think surely around here the 1 stop is the way to go, especially if you're starting on mediums. Would you think?
Yes, I like the one stop strategy, starting on the hards, going real deep into the race. Just keep yourself out of trouble and pray that there is a safety car at some point. That will definitely cool the tyres down and keep a little bit more life in them.
And we've got a couple of randomers. We've got Economic Berry still in. I know he was talking to us on the stream, and we've got Black Magic in as well. So I hope there's no carnage caused by those guys.
Yeah,
for our first league race.
We were saying that about the Economic Berry would get the move. Maglock's car is sort of for you.
That's a very weird
sideways angle on the grid.
I don't know if someone connected. I don't know if someone connected with him. Maybe that's why it's at that angle. But
possibly, I think in a minute they should re-straighten him back up. But if not, he's actually got the nice angle for his start.
Go straight through the gap, isn't it? There.
Yeah, let's pray that Berry and Magic play fair.
Yeah, and I'm very sorry about the angle I have at the moment on screen for this. There we go. That's a bit better.
Oh, you have the funny angle.
I had the backwards angle for the start, but hopefully he won't stay like that. And we're waiting for someone.
But I'm staying on board.
Berry's saying he left a long time ago, so
okay.
He's obviously just his ghost out on track.
Well, it will be an AI. Unfortunately, this is where Codemasters should offer. Actually, Berry, if you're still there, you can rejoin and retire that car. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be good actually if you could do that, mate. So
we're waiting on somebody.
Sorry, I hope it's not JDM again. I hope it's not him.
No, that would be unlucky. Obviously, I'm currently sat on with subs. I'm going to go from the middle of the grid. I like his helmet design. It's almost matches his car. I like that.
So hopefully we'll be going any second now.
Or now.
Or now.
Oh, the McLaren moved. They know. Berry's
And
car.
Maglots, they have straightened him back up on the grid.
They have.
as well.
Right, yeah. Oh, there's Amazon with our high predictions again. Black Magic is also an AI car as well, to confirm, by the way. He has the red X above him.
Okay, that's good.
Although
So I'm not sure who it is. Maybe I'm not sure who it is this time. Try and find out.
obviously we don't get a name listing, do we?
No.
Oh yes,
But it
that'd be
promises-
fantastic.
Yeah, we won't inflict an entire race as your track, mate. Don't worry. That'll be a bit hard, but
This is Codemasters at its finest.
yes, someone's connection isn't.
Oh, I hear.
Oh, here we go.
Hey,
Lights are on.
see lights.
Lights out. Away we go. It's a good start from the racing point from the looks of it, but Kyle Maybon's had a great start and he leads away down into turn one. Mercedes going around the outside. Kai Wildy's had a great start and he's almost through. Oh, and there's someone off. There is
Virtual
someone off. Kyle's
oxygen
got a little
is out. He was sideways as subs came round turn one. Unfortunately, glide with him. So
and we have a full safety car immediately. And yes, there's been quite a few penalties. Yeah, Economic Berry hit someone. Simon Harper's got a penalty as well.
Do that for you. The penalties are, so Real Joker has a penalty for a collision with Ross. Economy Berry has, we don't need to worry about those because obviously these AI. So the next one is 23rd Umbrella with a severe collision. I think. Yeah, so there's 4 penalties in total, they're all 5 seconds and they're all for collisions, actually, except for one for ignoring yellow flags. Interesting.
And Vital Option out of the race already. That's unlucky for him.
It is very.
He was looking pretty quick. But Aqua Ninjas, don't forget, he started back in 14th position. He's climbed up to 10th as well. So he's had a good start. But the front of the grid very much. Kai Wildy had a very good start. Was up into 3rd place at one point. Just ran a little bit wide onto the grass coming out of turn 1. And now he is down to 5th place. And Kai Wildy is in back pitting. So I don't know if there's a bit of damage to his car perhaps. Maybe that's why he's pitting.
Get a few pit here. Ross was unlucky, currently down to P15. Has wing damage. Yeah, into the pits he goes.
And
unlucky.
It's not a wing change for Kai. He's just changing it onto hard tyres. So
going to the end. There's a one stop for you. One.
Maybe, yeah. Ross is pitting. That's lucky for him. He's not wing.
The Asses are pitting at the same time. They're double stacking. Lucky Jack.
Yeah, unlucky for Ross.
Ross. Yeah, is unlucky.
Yeah, starting on the hards, and he's got caught up in the first corner instance. Change of front wing for him, so he's going to drop down the pack. Jack Thompson in as well. They managed to clear both Haas. We had a lot of front wing damage there. You can see on the front of the Haas. So Jack Thompson obviously got involved as well in that first corner. So the 2 Haas cars down at the back of the pack right now. But with the safety car, it does mean that they can catch up again very quickly. Kyle Maybon leads behind the safety car. Drabby is 2nd, Maglot's 3rd. Lewis is fourth. Steve Harris, after Kai's pit stop, is up into 5th position. Jack 9 is 6th. White African is 7th. JDM Culture is 8th. Aqua Ninjas, great start from him in 9th place. And Economic Berry in 10th position. And for those of you watching as well on the Twitch, what we are going to do is we're going to open up a poll from about the halfway point of the race for your driver of the day. Me and Ben are going to have a say on that as well. We're going to have our own say on who we think is driver of the day. But from about lap 14 or 15, we will open up a poll for you guys in the Twitch chat. Just put your name of who you think is driver of the day. But we'll get onto that later on in the race. So, safety car immediately. Kind of inevitable, really, wasn't it? But
yeah, it was a bit of a...
and Lewis is pitting.
Lewis
is pitting. Now, is he going to do the same tactic as Kai and try and switch onto the hards? Jack Thompson going very slowly. And I think Jack Thompson has made another mistake and he's got a bit more front wing damage from what I can see.
No,
that's okay.
Yeah, it looks okay to me.
Sorry, the angle I had there, he looked like he had, but maybe he just made a mistake coming out of turn 12. So Lewis in the pits. Will he? And he does come out in front of Jack Thompson as well, and he also has gone on to a set of hard tyres. So he too, I think, is going to try and go to the end of the race on those tyres. So the top 5 all on the mediums. Then we've got down to 11th place on the softs. We've got Kai on the hards as well in 12th position. And now Lewis as well on the hard tyres down in 17th. So
yeah, I think we're going to have probably one more lap of this safety car. So it gives Jack a bit more chance to catch up. The hard tyre runners chance to win. Ready for the restart.
And it will all be about tyre management now, making those hard tyres last to the end of the race. It's a big ask.
Oh, it's in
and the safety car's in this lap.
I'll take a bite.
So we're on lap 3 of... Yeah, so lap 3 of the race. So Kyle now effectively becomes the safety car. So it's up to him when he decides to go. Subs UK. Oh, there's been a collision. Ross, JPL, Subs, and 23rd Nebula all seem to get involved there. So, but yes, Kai now effectively becomes. Kyle.
Maglox has also just gone into the back of Drabby, and there's the penalties for it under the safety car.
Yes, and there's a lot of front wing damage for Maglox. He's going to have to stop with that.
He's going to box. Yep, he is. He's
yes, he is. And Drabby's Kyle spun it coming out of the last corner. Just put the just about avoids everyone else.
Just too early. Drabby and Steve will be happy about that. He's going to lose.
Yes, definitely. Drabby takes the lead of the race. Steve Harris in 2nd place in this race. And White African and Jack fighting hard. Jack's run a little bit wide, and Jack has lost 3rd place. And there's another yellow flag in sector 1.
It's just a wing.
Yeah.
There we go.
So 23rd Nebula has gone on to a set of hards as well at the back. Well, we said it was going to all come down to mistakes in the race. And so it hasn't. Kai Wildy is coming through the pack by the looks of it, up into 10th place. Kyle Mabon with that front wing damage is going to drop a long way down the field. He's already down into 12th position. And, he's going to have to make a stop. So, it's the two guys we weren't expecting right at the front. Drabby leads from Steve Harris and White African. Yeah, virtual safety car. There's a Ferrari off. I think that is Maglox has gone off. Yeah, and he's lost his front wing as well.
Oh, he's only just fitted for a new one and first as well.
Well, this is unbelievable at the moment. There's so much action everywhere at the moment. And that's it. Virtual safety car is gone. So we're back to full racing speed. And White African has gained a lot of time from that. And also JDM Cultures has jumped past Jack 9 as well at the restart. So JDM Culture up into 4th place. Jack Thompson up into 12th as Kai and Kyle Mabon pit. So Kai obviously did get some damage in there somewhere trying to overtake some cars and has got a new front wing going on. Kyle Mabon also in the pit and Bailey also in as well. Well, there's action everywhere you look at the moment, but Drabby leads by just under a second from Steve Harris. White African in 3rd place. He'll be delighted with that start.
Definitely.
Because he started in 9th position and he right now is in 3rd place. Economic Berry doesn't appear to have retired from the race, but he's up to 7th in the Red Bull. So it looks like he's actually carrying on at the moment.
He jumped in his car and decided to race. Well, don't quite know what to say about that.
Well, I suppose an extended track test, I suppose we could call this, but you never know.
No, it is a retired car. It is AI, because if you jump on with Real Joe Kart and go on board, Berry has a Red X, so that's like there's an AI car driving around. Joker will want to get past that as quick as possible. It's definitely holding him up.
And Drabby extending his lead out to 1.5 seconds, the fastest lap of the race. DRS enabled for the first time today. And Steve Harris come under pressure from White African, ran a little bit wide in the first corner. Can White African have a look down into turn 3? Not quite close enough. Trying to go around the outside, that'll be a brave move. But yeah, Joker's through.
Sends it through. Yes, as you were saying about the leader, Stradi is going to need to extend that lead as much as possible. That's that time penalty. Although he will actually remove that in the pit stop.
Yeah, so that will be a big advantage for him. And White African as well, and JDM on those soft tyres. They'll be wanting to make as much progress as possible before those soft tyres go off. And you can certainly see at the moment that White African is really putting a bit of pressure onto Steve Harris at the moment in that fight for 2nd position in this Grand Prix. Jack 9 is still 5th. Aqua Ninja's up to 6th position now in this race.
Yeah,
he's had an absolutely cracking start. And here comes White African with the DRS, trying to have a look up the inside of Steve. Not quite close enough, but surely he's going to have a look. Certainly, I would think into turn 3. It's going to be difficult to follow in the last couple of corners, but Drabby's lead is out to 3 seconds now. And look how close White African is getting to the back of Steve.
Wow.
Almost contact, had to back out of it. But this is what I mean, the DRS will help him down this straight, get closer. And Steve is almost out of ERS immediately, so this is going to be a big advantage, I think, for White African.
Meanwhile, though,
can he get
further down the grid? Lewis on the hard is caught right up to the back of Ross, and who is right on the back of Real Joker. So the fight there for 7th, 8th, and 9th, all on different tyres, different strategies. This could get interesting. Mixed with penalties as well.
And Steve's gone wide. Steve's gone wide at turn 5, and White African up the inside of the chicane. That's going to be close. Great racing between those two. Absolutely brilliant. And now Steve trying to defend from JDM as they go into the chicane. But great racing from those 3 to avoid contact. And there's contact. There is contact.
No.
There is contact. Steve's been spun round. JDM Culture just collected with him. And where is Steve going to come back out?
He's still in the
like
grass as Real Joker, Ross and Lewis all passed. That's he's not going to be happy with that. I just spotted Kyle putting in the fastest lap of the race.
And another safety car.
The hard tyres, yeah.
Nebula's out of the race.
He's gone.
He's spun it out of turn 5.
Oh, and Lewis just overtook Ross under safety car.
Yes, and Drabby's taking his opportunity to pit. The top 3 all in the pits. Aqua Ninjas carries on. There you can see the penalty being applied to Drabby there, 5-second penalty.
Oh,
does he lose a position? It's going to be close with White African, and White African has jumped Drabby in the pits. That 5-second penalty proved costly for him. So Lewis is up to 3rd.
This safety car has completely mixed this grid up now, hasn't it? There we go. Speed. Oh, it's beginning the pit lane. I just saw someone got a drive-through
penalty.
Yes, I saw that. That's what I was just about to say. But I think it was for ignoring yellow flags. I'm going to go to the director and have a look. incidences.
It was Kyle Maybon.
Yeah, speeding under the safety car. So, drive through for him.
So easy done. You're given a delta time to follow, and it's so easy to break that. But I think Steve now is going to be on a mission. He's pitted, put on a set of hard tyres. A lot of the grid now on hard tyres. In fact, only the top two are on the softs. But Aqua Ninjas started 14th on the grid, and right now he's up in the lead of the race. Real Joker started back there in 16th on the grid, and he now is up in second position. You would not have expected that at all at this point. But you've got to say, the car that's looking pretty good, if he can keep out of trouble, is Lewis. He's on those hard tyres. Safety car's going to help the tyre life.
Definitely, that's going to help there. All he can do is just keep a little bit of temperature in him when it gets to the restart. Give the position back to Ross, and then go racing. I think that should be fair.
Yeah.
You don't undertake an unsafety car. Sadly, I have clipped this just in case we need it for after. But
Excellent.
yeah, he's definitely still,
And
even if he's P4, that's a hell of a good position for him on the hards. From where he started, he'd be happy.
And with Ross as well, don't forget, Ross started on the hards, got caught up in the first lap collision, had to make a pit stop for a change of front wing, moved to the mediums, and he's now up into fourth position. Yes, I'm not sure there's damage.
Yeah,
he can't do his drive-through now.
That's what I think. He thought he could serve his drive-through, but unfortunately, not under safety car conditions. You cannot. And it's dropped him right to the back of the grid. That was almost to the back of the grid.
Jack Thompson's just going to get through. He's going to come out in front of Bailey.
Yeah, I think
wow, there's so much action already, isn't there?
Yeah, it's an interesting race to the start of the season.
Yeah, definitely. But you see this sometimes only first races of the season. A lot of the drivers not sure of each other and not sure how each other's going to race.
Oh,
He's got a penalty.
There's another 5 seconds.
Well, it's that economic Berry who joins the grid, and he's made contact with him. Yeah, it's all your fault, Berry. No, I'm joking, mate. It's fine. But so second safety, second safety car of the day.
Yep.
And
and we've had a virtual as well. So
yeah, and virtual and White African as well. Don't forget, he started in 9th position. He's now pitted. He's jumped Drabby and Jack 9 and JTM in the pit stops. And of course, with Steve pitting, having been spun round as well. White African looking pretty good as well, up there in 5th position as well. The top two are going to have to stop fairly soon. They've done 8 laps on those top tyres.
Their pit window would have sort of been opening up right about now. So in a way, the safety car has and hasn't helped them. So here we go. Let's say safety car in this lap. See how Ninja does the restart.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting restart to this race. Lap 9 of the race.
Watch this front.
So we saw Kyle on the first safety car restart. He spun round, coming back at the start of the restart. And again, Kai with another penalty.
And it's with Berry again. And it's
yes.
Again. Safety car restart.
A lot of...
They all get impatient. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah. All getting a bit too close. But Aqua Ninjas had a good restart, so is Real Joker. Look how close he is. Real Joker trying to get alongside into turn 1. And here comes White African up the inside. Sorry, that's Ross up the inside of Lewis. And Aqua Ninjas has dropped right back. Aqua Ninjas has gone off. So Real Joker leads the race. And
sorry, Matt, go on.
Oh, there's a bit more contact between the top two. Ross is trying to go around the outside in turn 4. That's a brave move. And he's made it stick. Ross is up into the lead of the race. Wow, there's so much action here going on. This is unbelievable. Real Joker dropped to second, now down to third. Real Joker's off. Real Joker's gone off, and he's lost a couple of places as a result.
Soft tyres.
And Kai Wildy's out. Kyle Wildy is out of the race.
Where?
Yeah, Kai out. Turn 5. It looks like he's made the same mistake as 23rd Nebula earlier on, but Kai Wildy out of the race.
It's a shame. So we are into our third safety car of the race on lap 10. I can actually
Well,
get to say what I was going to say. Abby, on that safety car start, mate, caught everybody napping. He was straight up the inside, grabbed the position before the turn, and now it's P3 quite happily with his LP4
Yeah,
now.
the person who'll be most happy with this is Kyle Mabon. He did do his drive-through penalty and has come out a long way out the back. And this is going to help him enormously. Aquaninja's pits, so does Real Joker. So the two cars, so the two cars on the softs are both in the pit lane now. We're on lap 11 of the Grand Prix. Feels like we've been going all evening here. This is unbelievable. But yeah, so much action. We've been joined by our third retiree of the day, Kai Wildy. Kai, just make sure your audio's included, mate, so that everyone can hear you. Well, you got caught up with Economic Berry a few times, but you did go off at turn 5. What happened, mate?
Right, so I was coming around that corner and then Subs just reverses back in front of me and just I clip him, trying to avoid him, and I go into a wall.
Oh dear. But,
He reverses literally straight into me.
Right, okay, so Subs has caused your retirement. But it wasn't looking too bad for you. You were starting to come through the field. You were on the hard tide. Were you hoping those hard tides were going to go to the end?
Yeah.
Yeah?
100%. And they would have as well.
Well, very unlucky, mate. And I hope you will see you next week at Bahrain.
Yeah, I'll try.
So, race order now behind our third full safety car of the day. Lewis leads. Drabby is in second position. White African will be delighted with this, with the way his race has gone so far. He's up into third place. Jack Lyon is fourth. Steve Harris, despite being spun round, he's up into fifth now with all the pit stops. Black Magic is sixth. Still don't know who Black Magic is, but hey, he's in sixth position. Jack Thompson is seventh. And actually, he's driven quite well. He's got no penalties, Black Magic.
I was just going to say that is, for somebody that has just randomly appeared, is that P6, no penalties, bringing home some points for racing.
Yeah, definitely. And Magrox is in 8th position.
Good comeback for him.
9th is Ross after his pit stop under the safety car. Real Joker is in 10th position. He got rid of those tyres very early in this safety car period. Aquaninjas is 11th. We saw him go off. He's on the hards now. And that's quite interesting as well. Aquaninjas, Real Joker, they both were on the soft tyres in the last safety car. Real Joker's gone for the mediums. Aquaninja's gone for the hards to the end of the race. So slightly different strategies there. JDM is 12th. Bailey is 13th. Carl Mabon, former race leader, is in 14th position. But surely he's going to have to stop again with those soft tyres on.
I think he's still got a
He's
drive
in
through to serve
15th.
as well. I'll just jump on the race director.
Let's have a look. He does, yes, he does still have a drive through.
Yeah, he had the drive through, didn't serve it. Yeah, the safety car come up, so he will have to reserve that. So yeah, unfortunately it's not looking too good for him then, because obviously that will put him last and a long way behind this field.
Yes, and Lewis, the only slight disadvantage he's going to have out front is he's on quite a lot older tyres. He's done 5 laps more than those behind him.
Yeah.
But where safety car is in this lap, we've seen some absolute carnage at the safety car restarts in this race so far. Lewis now it becomes the safety car once again, so it's our third different leader on a safety car restart. Drabby is second, and White African is third, with Jack Nine and Steve Harris just behind them, and Black Magic in there as well.
Here we
and
go.
Jack Thompson's just made contact with Black Magic on the safety car restart, so he's now got a penalty as well, and probably some front wing damage.
The field did
But
look like it had been backed up quite a bit earlier there though, but everybody has their different ways of
Oh, and Drabby's had a great restart.
Oh, when injured,
Drabby's had a great restart. Can he have it? a run down into turn 1. Here we go. Lewis going defensive. Drabby's going to have to go around the outside, and Lewis just about hangs on. But it puts him slightly out of line down towards turn 3. This is going to be close. Oh, and Jack spun it. Jack spun it on the way out of turn 1.
No way.
So Jack spins. He was up in 4th place. He spun round, pushing a bit too hard on the safety car restart. But Lewis just about hangs on to the leader. Look at the top 4. This is what we like to see, all in the same camera shot there. Bit of a gap then back to Black Magic in 5th place. And he's got a queue behind him as Jack Thompson retires from the race, as Magnox gets past Black Magic. Jack Thompson is out. He's gone out again at turn 5.
Yeah.
Oh, and Real Joker's coming. He's got 2 in one corner, but he's gone off the track. He tried to outbrake a bit too late. He did get past 2, but now he's dropped back, and he's still got Black Magic right behind him. I think Black Magic went off in sympathy there with him, and look how close it is in the midfield. I can't keep up with all this.
I'm on board with Acadinja. He was extremely unlucky to receive a penalty for Real Joker coming into the back of him under a safety car. But from the looks of it, Bailey in P12 and Black Magic actually are ARs. They both have red X next to their name, so this could possibly be why they're all slightly bunched up like this.
Yes, and once again, as Kyle Maybon pits, I think that might be his drive-through penalty this time. And look at this, Drabby trying to go around the outside of turn 3 down into turn to try and take the lead of the race. Lewis and Drabby having a great fight out there for the lead of the race. White African and Steve Harris just keeping the watching brief in 3rd and 4th position. Then a bit of a gap back to Maglox. Can he start to close that gap up now?
Yeah,
but the top 2 having a cracking fight and keeping it clean as well. The DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap, so that might help Drabby come through a little bit as well. Ross up to 6, JDM up to 7. Subs UK's has got past Black Magic as well, or they're fighting anyway for 10th and 11th. They're fighting hard. The midfield fight. Yeah, Jack goes through, and Subs is trying to get it back again.
He's not having any of it, is he? And Bailey's like, I want some of this. And Ninja, we're all
and Subs has gone off, I think. Subs is off. Yeah, Subs has gone off. He's dropped down a few places, so he's come back on track just ahead of Kyle Maybon. He's just done his drive-through. And I think Kyle's going to get straight past Subs on the one down to turn 13, and he does indeed. So Kyle, 13th position. DRS enables, and Lewis and Drabby are just stretching away slightly. They're just pulling away.
I think
5 lap pressure tyres.
Yeah, like you say, these two are pulling away, and White Africa just cannot shake Steve either.
So lap 15 of the race, we're about halfway distance. Get your votes in now on the Twitch chat for driver of the day. Get your votes in. Just put your name of who you think deserves driver of the day, and we will tally them up as we go along. And we'll close the vote on the last lap. So you've got a little bit of time yet. And Kyle Maybon is steaming through the field. He's now up into 11th. Up to 11th place, coming up behind Bailey. He's going to have to pit again, surely. And Lewis gets a penalty.
There it is.
But the other two also have penalties as well. So.
And Maglock's just got on as well.
So at the moment, Steve Harris, at the moment, without a penalty, could be looking good if he can keep up with them. Because he doesn't have a penalty there in the top 4. It will just be a case of can he stay within 3 seconds of the leaders. But at the moment, the top 2 getting away. Now, Drabby this time will have the DRS. And normally around here, it does set you up, the DRS, for a run down into turn 3. Lewis just defending a bit of fresh air there into turn 1. Well, we'll need to go defensive there. Oh, and Drabby just has a bit of a slide coming out of turn 1. That's cost him the opportunity to have a look into turn 3 this time round. And look at Steve as well, getting close to the back of White African. Not quite close enough, though, to make it through. And Economic Berry, well, I've got to say, mate, you may not be racing, but you're in 7th place at the moment. You're having a great race. Ross is 6th and trying to keep up with Maglock. That is the fight for 5th at the moment. And we got very close between Subs UK, Black Magic and Aqua Ninjas as they go into turn 3. Subs UK is up into 12th place now. And Jack 9 has made a stop and has come out in 15th position at the back of the field on a brand new set of mediums. So he should be able to steam his way up towards the back of the pack, you would have thought, later on. And there's a yellow flag there. I think that was
Black Magic, maybe, or Subs.
I think it might have been Black Magic. I saw a pink car going quite slowly. But look at these top two now, really stretching away out front. Can Drabby this time get closer, really pushing the limit on the back.
Well, I've got that
Trying to
horrible-
hang on, and look at Steve behind as well. Steve with White African, they're getting very close as well. Steve now going up the inside, and Steve
Oh, they
Harris is
touched.
through into third place. A little bit of contact, but he has run wider. Steve, is that going to set him up badly for the run down to turn 3? No, he's
pulled
fine.
their
Lewis
legs
and
on
Drabby wheel to wheel. Drabby up the inside. Oh, there's contact. There's contact, and Drabby spins round. I don't think Lewis realised he was right alongside him, and Drabby has spun round. He's going to have to wait for some of these cars to go through.
He comes back out P6.
Oh, contact between the top two.
Does the upwing damage?
But now,
No.
I think it was tyre to tyre from what I could see. But now Lewis leads by 3.7 seconds. He's got penalties and Steve Harris doesn't. Yeah, 3 seconds of penalty. So now if Steve can close that gap, and he's already starting to just chip away at it, he could be in line for the race win here. But it's going to be all dependent on how much pace Lewis has, especially, I think it'll be okay at the moment, but as those tyres get older and get more worn, I think it'll be a case of, can he keep the pace up? A little bit of gap now starting to come between some of them. Oh, there's a spinner in the background. That's Ross. That's Ross in the Williams has spun.
Ooh, that's a shame for Ross. He was doing well.
So he's waiting for some of these cars to get through. Well done, Ross.
That was nice to go.
Not doing a dangerous.
Kyle, though,
Dangerous.
P9 right behind his teammate. Are they going to do
Yes.
multi 21 down the home straight? Oh,
Well,
would
I
be
mean,
a good
I
idea
know
for
Kyle's
them.
gonna. Yeah, I think Kyle's definitely gonna have to stop again. So yeah, as you said, I think it will be worth it.
Virtual
And a virtual
safety
safety
car.
car. There's it's Jack
Williams.
9 is out of the race. Jack 9 is out of the race, and Ross is pitting now. But Jack 9 has spun coming out of turn 12. But yeah, great, perfect timing for Ross for a pit stop. And yes, Jack 9 out of the race. So there's only one McLaren left. There's DRS back in Haywood again as we're back into full racing conditions.
That is.
And Lewis has got Aqua Ninjas just ahead of him to lap him. But Aqua Ninjas, we know he's going to have quite a lot of pace, so it will be dependent here on how much pace Aqua Ninjas has. Lewis has got a 4-second lead, and White Africa now coming under pressure from Maglox in the fight for third place. And just behind them is Drabby as well, trying to recover. So we've still got a lot of battles going on. This is the fight we're looking at the moment. Third, fourth and fifth, White Africa, Maglox and Drabby. They've all got penalties, so it's all even in that regard at the moment. But White Africa not with a good run out the last corner, and this is going to be close between these three. And here comes Drabby as well, trying to get the pair of them. Drabby's got the pair of them.
Drabby on the straight.
He just had such a good run, and Maglox gets past White African as well.
What a move.
So White African loses 2 places. Great move there from Drabby. That was brave.
Was brave.
Full commitment out the last corner. And it looks to me, I'm just having a look, it looks as if White African's got a bit of front wing damage. I don't know if that was caused by Maglox pushing his way through,
Yeah,
but he certainly is losing ground.
BBM all over him as well. Drabby and Maglox are
Yes,
gonna
and
try and catch Steve up
Yeah.
here, aren't they, really?
yeah, and Steve is just taking a little bit out of the race leader at the moment.
He has slowly taken that out. I think those older, harder tyres are starting to raid me. Oh, there's another penalty for Lewis. So
And that could be crucial in the
handed
race.
lead to Steve right now. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, and I think Steve will be delighted if he can get the race victory here. He will be
Of
so
course he will.
pleased with this. I know he wasn't looking forward to this race. That's all. Drabby gets another penalty. But Lewis leads at the moment by 4 seconds. He needs to find, he's just starting to stretch it back out again a little bit. Drabby is third, Maglox is fourth. Ross now on the soft tyres. He should be able to go to the end on those tyres. But he is now got past Black Magic and up into 11th position. Aquaninjas is catching. Yeah, Maglox starting to close up on Drabby as well as White African. He'll be so disappointed running in a podium spot for so long. He is now going to drop down the field and he's going to come out behind Bailey as well. So 10th position for White African at the moment. He's going to be comfortably ahead of his teammate. So don't forget to get your votes in for driver of the day.
I haven't seen any yet. I don't know if it's driver.
No.
No, I haven't. Yeah, driver of the day is going to be a tricky one here, I think.
There's a few contenders.
I know who my
Lewis
pick at the moment is going to be. But
yeah,
I'm not giving that. Oh, Maglox, I
in.
saw that coming. Yeah, he dived into the turn far too early, so there's another 3 seconds for him. So unlucky.
Yes, and Drabby.
Berry could be on for a podium here. AI Berry.
I know.
Check out
AI Berry. This is
is
amazing at the moment for him. And he's not even driving it, which is even better. So
fantastic.
Economic Berry, 5th at the moment. JDM Culture up to 6th. Kyle Maybon still steaming through the field. He's up to 7th.
And
starting to close. But I know, I don't think those soft tyres are going to last much longer. I really don't. But and there is Aquaninjas has gone off. I think trying to let cars through. But Aquaninjas goes off, and Lewis is just continuing to stretch that lead out a little bit now. Steve Harris is coming under pressure a little bit more from Drabby and Maglox. That might be just distracting him and could still give Lewis the opportunity. He's got to get that lead out to 6 seconds to maintain the race lead at the end of the race when the penalties are applied. And Steve Harris coming under pressure at the moment in 2nd position. And it's costing him race.
Wait a minute.
I'm wondering if Economic Berry he's actually driving because he's
that's what I
just got a penalty.
I've never seen an AI get a penalty before. So, come on, Berry.
Yeah, maybe he is driving now, but
maybe he got to see in the AI.
Oh, there's Ferrari off.
Oh,
Maglox.
Oh, Kyle.
Maglox spins out of turn 12.
He is out.
Is that going to be another late safety car?
Yeah, I think
Maglox out of the race. And well, lift both Renaults up. Now, if there is a safety car, Kyle, I think, will pit. And he is pitting anyway. Now. He is pitting now.
Ooh.
But there is no safety car or even a virtual.
There was nothing.
But he should actually come out. It's going to be close with him and White African, I think.
He's
in 9th
position. He's serving the penalty as well.
Serving the 5-second penalty. That will probably drop him behind. It's going to be close, actually. The Haas of Bailey's just coming down the pit straight now.
That could have been very clever, actually, getting rid of that penalty.
He does just drop behind White African, but he's on a brand new set of soft tyres. Lewis, meanwhile, he's leading out to 5 seconds. He doesn't have to find that much more to maintain that race win.
He doesn't.
Steve is coming under more and more pressure from Drabby and Economic Berry, who's in 4th place in this race now. JDM Culture is 5th. There's only 4 cars out there without a penalty. Steve in 2nd, JDM in 5th, Ross in 10th, and Black Magic in 11th position. They're the only cars without a penalty, but I think Black Magic is still...
Black Magic is an AI.
Is an AI, so... But don't forget, everyone who finishes will score points. So we've only got 13 runners at the moment out of the 19 who started, but they will all get points. And Lewis still continuing to stretch the lead out. Drabby coming under pressure from Economic Berry.
Ooh, group of penalties there. One for what after. Didn't quite catch who the other one was for, but... Lewis, though, 20 laps on those hard tyres.
And he's still got some good pace, and I definitely think Economic Berry is...
there's a Williams.
Williams off. Is White African. Has he got front wing damage or has he kept it out of the wall? I think
he's okay.
let's have a look. He's gone from bad to worse for him, hasn't he? Up in third place early on. And yeah, he's having to pit. He has got front wing damage. He's having to pit once again. That's going to be close. I think Black Magic is going to get him. But it should come out in... Well, a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But he should come out in 11th position.
Lewis is so close to pulling this gap. It is literally, it goes up, it goes down. It's so.
Oh, there's a bit of debris on the track. Here comes Economic Berry up the inside of Drabby into turn 13. And Drabby just about hangs on. I think Subs has gone off.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, he's just got out the way for Steve very nicely. So
yes,
didn't hold him up.
And a bit of contact between Economic Berry and Drabby. A little bit of contact into turn 15, but Economic Berry really pushing Drabby hard right now.
Yeah, he's going to have to, something Steve is going to have to start thinking about in the very last couple of laps.
And here comes Economic Berry around the outside on turn 1. He's made, that's a great move.
That was a beautiful move.
Cracking move from Economic Berry into third place. And now Lewis has got the lead he needs to maintain the race victory. It's over 6 seconds, and Economic Berry is up into third place. Drabby is fourth. JDM Culture fifth, the Team Mercedes fourth and fifth at the moment. But Lewis is having a great drive here at the moment.
And he's got that gap that he needs. Just got it. Obviously, Economic Berries can be right with Steve. Do they even need to fight? I don't know. It's a tricky one to call there.
Yeah, it's a tricky one with the penalties. Because if you're trying to defend too hard, you can get a penalty yourself and ruin your chances anyway. So 5 laps to go at the end of this race. Get your votes in. Driver of the day. Good evening, boy. Echo.
Evening.
Great to have you watching.
Oh, Matt, I don't know what camera you want to use. Right? Jump on board with Steve and then pull the right stick backwards. This is a beautiful view of Economic Berry. Proper giving it everything right behind Steve.
Yeah, and Economic Berry is driving. I can see he hasn't got an exit
and he's
got a good run out of the last corner. And Economic Berry is going to take second position. Is Steve going to fight this in turn 1?
Yes.
He is indeed. A Lewis contact. Steve's round.
He
would have been better, I think, just letting that one go.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It would have been better, I think, just let that one go. And he's dropped behind JDM now into 5th position. So Lewis leads. Now, Economic Berry, how much pace does he have? I'm just going to try and see what penalties
he's got 3 seconds, where Lewis
has 3 seconds. If he can close up, Drabby's got 8 seconds of penalties. So at the moment, that's going to drop him off the podium as things stand.
Steve is going to be screaming, though, about that. There's going to probably be some words about that one.
But Economic Berry has taken half a second out of Lewis just on this lap already. We've got 4 laps to go. If he can get that down to 3 seconds, it is possible. The driver who wasn't actually in this race.
Meanwhile, though, JDM is sat there for the podium run. He's 5 seconds and closing behind his teammate. And his teammate has 8 seconds of penalties. Steve could still possibly grab the podium as well of P3. That would work.
I hope so for him. Because he deserves a penalty today to Steve.
Right behind JDM. JDM is 6 seconds behind Dabby, so if he can get past JDM in the last couple of laps and then get away just a little bit, there is his podium.
Lewis 5.2 seconds clear in the lead. The gap is coming down all the time, and Economic Berry is dragging Drabby with him. JDM, as you said, is Steve right behind him. Kyle Maybon is catching them, but not quickly enough. I think it looks like he might have settled for 6th position at the moment in this race, the pole sitter.
Well, it might not even be that. He has 6 seconds of penalties, and his teammate behind him only has 3 seconds of penalties, and is 2.5 seconds behind him, so it could be a P7 for him.
Yeah, and a good fight going on as well for 8th place between Bailey and Ross. They're very close together. Bailey run us a little bit wide for turn 5. But at the moment...
Wow, the gap between Lewis and Berry now, 3.9 seconds.
He's getting very close.
Almost
and
less
Ross
than
going
a
up the
second
inside
lead.
into the chicane. There is contact. There is a little bit of contact, but Ross has muscled his way through and he takes 8th position. We've got to say as well, for Bailey, he started back in 18th position on the grid. He's up in 9th, so I think he'll be very happy with that. Traby gets another penalty. That could cost him an economic berry. He's now just 3.3 seconds off the race lead. He's got 3 seconds less of penalties. This is going to be very, very close. The man who was not in this race, don't forget, at the start, and all of a sudden he's in the race. He's running in 2nd position, and he's under 3 seconds now. Lewis held up, lapping his teammate. So he's just lapped his teammate. It's cost him some time. It's cost him well over half a second. Black Magic in 11th position at this moment in this race.
Also, Steve is still half a second behind JDM. Like, this is going to be the battle to watch on the last laps. They're going to... Oh, I've got it on penalties. Tyres. So we've got Steve on 19 lap old hards and JDM 16 lap mediums. No wonder why they are fighting like this. This is
probably equal tyre performance right now as well, isn't it? Though 3 laps difference, be about equal tyre performance. So Real Joker gets a penalty. That's going to help his teammate out a lot actually, because he's 8 seconds in front of him anyway. So that's going to help Kyle out. For at the moment looking like 6th place for our pole sitter. So Lewis.
And wow, look at the gap between Lewis. Yeah,
1.9 seconds. So Lewis, I think, will definitely be guaranteed 2nd place. So he's got less penalties than Drabby in 3rd. And at the moment he's 3 seconds ahead of him. Well, 5 seconds in front of him. Drabby's actually dropped back quite a lot off the back of Economic Berry now.
Drabby has got 11 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, that's going to drop him behind Steve.
Yep.
So we could be in for a last lap showdown here between Lewis and Economic Berry. And of course, a lot of the time, the drivers won't know if the car in front of them's got penalties or how many. So
it does know. Game tells you now, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. Yeah, sorry, I'm mistaken.
Yes.
Yes, it does now tell you. So he doesn't need to push this, but he might try and go for a bit of a flourish right at the end and give us.
You still want to finish the first car, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. And just a second and a half between them. Steve's dropped back a little bit off the back of JDM right now in 4th and 5th position.
No.
So we're into the last lap of the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, no one's voted for driver of the day at the moment, but you still got a chance. Do it now if you can. But Lewis and Economic Berry, this is the fight for the race win. Economic Berry at the moment, if he doesn't get a penalty on the last lap, will snatch it. A yellow flag in sector 3. That's Aqua Ninjas off. Aqua Ninjas has spun into the pit lane there, so he has dropped quite a long way back, but he's going to recover. And
Black Magic is going to take an effect here on JDM and Steve. Back marker right in the way on the last lap. JDM gets through. Steve's getting held up.
And look how close Economic Berry is now to the back of Lewis. This is going to be close on the last lap of the race. It all comes down to this now.
Hot tyres. Very minimum of fuel.
Yeah, Lewis has done very well. He's done the majority of the race on those hard tyres, and you can see he's got quite a lot of graining going on, but he does look like he's going to cross the line first.
Oh, yeah.
But Economic Berry somehow is going to snatch the race victory here. Unbelievable drive from him, from the back of the grid as well, don't forget.
You're going to have one interesting driver interview here.
We are indeed. Lewis does cross the line first. But Economic... Oh, no, well,
wait.
I don't know.
Berry.
Okay, don't know what's happened there, because Economic Berry apparently is not being classified.
Yeah.
Maybe because he left, maybe. Maybe because he did retire it, and it's kept it going.
Yeah.
maybe if he did retire it, maybe that's what's happened. So Lewis takes the win, JDM second, and Steve Harris takes third place. Drabby takes fourth, Kyle Maybon in the end fifth. Real Joker sixth, the two Renaults will be pleased with that. Fifth and sixth, good start to the championship for them. Ross is going to come home in seventh place once everything's recorrected itself. Oh, sorry, Economic Berry, I don't know what happened there. Maybe because you did retire it, maybe it's just not classified your car as a result. So Bailey takes eighth. White African running up in the podium for a while. He's going to finish in ninth position. Just very quickly, the fastest lap of the race is going to go to Kyle Maybon, 1:22.3. So he gets an extra point for that. Well, there was action left. All right, and centre. Well, Berry, I'm not sure. He's just said on the Twitch chat, I won. Did you actually retire your car, Berry? Did you actually retire your car before at the start of the race? Because if you did, it hasn't actually classified you. So, well, this is going to be an interesting one for the admins and the stewards to decide. But let's get the top three in anyway, if they can. If they have got, I know Steve's got a mic. But, right, we have been joined by Lewis. Lewis, if you just make sure your audio's included, please, mate, just so everyone can hear you. And as well, JGM, if you do the same, and Steve, make sure all your audios are included so that everyone can hear you on the stream. Lewis doesn't have a mic, so unlucky, Lewis. JGM, I don't know if you... do you have a mic there, mate?
Yes.
You do, indeed. Well, second place for you. Started 8th on the grid, but you must be pleased with that podium finish.
I don't know how I pulled off. I don't know if you're looking at my tires, but they were very used up. A few more laps, I think they would have popped on me or gone flat or something. Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, and it was an eventful race. You made 2 pit stops with more than the others around you, but the safety cars really seemed to help you out today, didn't they?
Yeah, I actually, once I tapped the wall, I thought my race was over, but when the safety car came out, that helped me the most.
Yeah, definitely. Well done. A great second place for you there as well. And Steve, what can I say? Eventful race. You had a couple of spins in there as well, but are you pleased with the finally getting on the podium in third position?
Yeah, 100%. I saw the back of JD, and I was like, I've got to take it if we're going to get a podium. I wasn't expecting the podium and the penalty point to kick off as much as they did, but yeah, it was an interesting race.
Yeah, and we saw that fight you had where you spun round early on with Economic Berry later on in the race. What happened there? Did you feel he didn't give you space?
Yeah, so I was on the inside, and then he's cut across, and he's taken me, and then I've had to recover as much as I could. The party was, yeah, you should have heard the party I was in. There was a couple of words thrown about, but just had to get my head back down and push as much as I could.
Yeah, definitely. Well done, gentlemen. It's a great race to watch and to commentate on, and we'll see you all hopefully next week.
See you next week.
So, driver of the day, Ben, who are you going to go for?
See, I've got a couple of choices. So, I'm not 100% sure. Give me a second. I did screenshot the final results because that's what I was making my mind up off of. My Xbox just seems to be quite slow. Oh, okay. I was going to go for JDM.
JDM. Yeah, good choice.
PA up. Kept vision between here, quite far down the grid, but made it up to the penalties, you know. But for me, JDM a bit further back, higher position finish.
Yeah, I'm going to give my drive of the day to Lewis, actually. I think keeping those hard tyres alive for 27 out of 29 laps to still come through and claim the race victory. I think for me that was a good drive, and especially because he got caught up a couple of times in instants early on, and he still, you know, first lap instant he got caught up on, had to make a pit stop. That's when he put on those hard tyres. So for me, I'm going to give drive of the day to Lewis. For me, but well, thank you very much to everyone who's joined. It's been great to see so many viewers on for our first ever race. We'll see you all next week. Ben, I will see you next week, hopefully at Bahrain.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. And for everyone who's watched, thank you so much for watching. And until next week, we will see you at Bahrain. And